Oh, Yellowstone. Everybody loves Yellowstone. Everybody did. Everybody turned on this motherfucking show like the plague, okay? You get on Twitter. Awful place to go, by the way. You get on there, and pretty much the only thing I see on these outlets, people talk about Yellowstone, is just old people. No offense to old people, by the way. I've got old folks in my family, like talking to about Yellowstone. It just seems to be, I guess, that show because Kevin Costner's up in it. But me and my younger people I surround myself with that watch Yellowstone, we like this shit, right? We love it. And I always say on my channel, if you've seen any of my other videos, I really believe that the guy that creates the show, blanking on his name again, I always call him the White Tyler Perry, because he makes Mayor Kingstown, makes Landman, 1923, did 1883, Bass Reeves, Spec Ops Linus. I'm just saying, like, the list continues, right? Pretty sure I missed a couple. And he's made a bunch of movies, stuff like that, and he's really good at what he does. It's just the problem is that's why I feel like the Tyler Perry comparison makes sense, because kind of like Tyler Perry, which Tyler Perry's, I don't even think he writes nothing anymore. He's gotten to the point where when you're making 30,000 shows and 15 movies on Netflix and this and that, it's one of these things where you basically become a producer. So he's like, okay, here's an idea, just go with that. Use the same actors, scripts, or just kind of half-ass written, ChatGPT style, and whatever. And so I don't think that these shows have gotten to that level. It's not bad by any means. It's just feel like you can always feel that there's no full presence in the room, and it feels like modern day Marvel, where it's like, which I know they've corrected now, but like kind of like a couple years ago, where it was like, man, we've got like 10 shows come out to Disney Plus, and we've got like 5 movies this year, and at that point, Kevin Feige can't be on every project for the full remainder of that project. And so a lot of this shit's kind of slipping under the radar, like stuff that don't make sense, stuff that should have been cut out of this film or movie, show, whatever. And so, Yellowstone, I guess I'll give 2 scores for this, the whole show and the final season, if you would, part 2 of season 5. And so basically, removing yourself from the Kevin Costner stuff that happened, whatever you believe, whatever you don't believe, whatever, I'm not getting into all that. End of the day, he left the show. He's not on the show no more. So season 5, part 2 starts with his death. And it's pretty visceral how they do it. It's pretty crazy how they do it. I'm not going to get into spoilers on that. But yeah, he's dead, and it's kind of sad. It kind of gets you. But this show is like, it feels like, especially a couple seasons ago, and I used to disagree with my friend about that, right? Where he hated like the regular cowboy stuff. He loved it, but he hated whenever, he liked the show back when it was like episodes where like that episode like where they're trying to kill Beth, and then like Rip shows up, or like Casey's getting attacked, like pulling out that gun, shooting on the street, this and that, and like like when it was action focused and there was villains each season and like this and that, and like he kind of missed that. Meanwhile, I kind of liked what it was going into, and I liked, oh man, it's about saving the ranch, it's about this and that, whatever. And I do like how they close off those stories in season 5, part 2. But at the same time, I hate this about modern TV, modern movies, whatever. Saying you don't have any full closure, because at the end of the day, they're like, oh, let's do a 460 show. So you got stuff that's open ended. Apparently Beth and Rip are getting a show, and I said, how the fuck is this going to work? Because their story kind of ends nicely. They're like, no, leave it open-ended. And so it doesn't even feel like a complete product. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, even if Kevin Costner would have stayed, and let's say they did like 2 or 3 more seasons, whatever, like, I kind of don't blame Kevin for leaving, if we're being honest. And I'm not saying, and once again, I'm not getting all that, but I'm just saying, I feel like it's when you milk shit to death. Like, 460 show, supposed to be out next year, talking about doing another Yellowstone spinoff, and I'm just like, what are we fucking doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, just end the show, have it be good. And this show could have been great. Up here with Breaking Bad, Sons of Anarchy, stuff like that. I feel like the earlier seasons of Yellowstone, while they're not like 10 out of 10, like whatever, if you could have ended it right, it could have been close. And instead of that, they just kind of give us this, oh, hey, we're not really doing nothing this whole episode. We're fucking around with rattlesnakes. Isn't that fun? And I'm just like, isn't this the final fucking season? What are we doing? And then like, oh shit, characters got shot. That's crazy, isn't it? And I was like, yeah, that's the only thing that fucking happened this episode. I spent 50 minutes to wait for that. I could have just forwarded the fucking episode up, because that's the only thing that mattered. And then it'll literally be another episode where it's like, damn, you remember this character we didn't show you? We haven't showed you. You've probably been wondering where he's at. He's one of the side characters. Yeah, we're just going to kill him off randomly to make it sad and depressing as fuck for no fucking reason. And it's almost like they were like, damn, we forgot about that guy. We should just go and throw him in here and kill him off. It's like The Walking Dead. It's like whenever you have a side character to be in like 4 seasons and like he would show up randomly and do something like kill a walker here and there. And you're like, oh, I like that guy. He's okay. And then all of a sudden, like closer to like, you know, some of the last seasons, they'd be like, let's just have him show up a whole lot all of a sudden in this episode. Let's have him do some stuff. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, fuck you, audience. And I hate stuff like that. Like, that's so cheap. Like, I haven't seen this character in, like, a whole season. Don't know where he's at. Why is he not doing anything? Oh, I see a little dot of him. There he is. And then all of a sudden you're like, let's, like, give him some more lines this episode. Oh, he's dead. Okay. And it's just, like, weird things. It's just, like, you know, self-inserts in episodes. And we spent, like, a whole episode where he's like gambling and got bad bitches around him. And I'm like, but what does this have to do with the plot? What does this have to do with the final end goal of us getting to the villain and like stopping Jamie and like doing this? And like, what happened to the show being great? You know, I really like that about this show. The fact that, you know, people don't like Jamie, right? But they can sympathize with him because it's like, damn, Beth basically was like, fuck you, kill your dad. But then when Jamie's like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill your dad, she's like, are you fucking kidding? And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, bitch, didn't you, like, do the same shit, but made him do it? You can't cross that line. And I'm just like, why? Like, I don't get it. Like, it's like they're basically just like, fuck, like, every character in the show is damn near great. And I just don't get why, at least for me, unless I'm forgetting someone, they just made Jamie, they're like, yeah, that's the villain. And I'm just like, kind of feel fucking bad for him, though. You know, he gets used by everybody. His fucking family don't love him. They don't give a shit about him. He wanted to, like, I remember, for what I remember, he wanted to, like, work at a ranch and shit with his dad. And then instead of doing that, his dad was like, no, you're going to be an attorney for us. Just for when we get into our little legal troubles. He's like, fuck you, I don't want to do that. And you're like, no, you're not, you're my son, bitch. And then, you know, your sister hates you. Which I get, he's done some fucked up shit. I get it. Okay? But, like, it's just one of those things where it's like, why is that our main villain? Like, you know? And the whole time I'm just sitting here like, why is this our main villain? Like, he's such a wuss. And, like, I get it, but, like, there's no character development for him at all. And I know I'm focusing on Jamie a little bit too much right now, but I'm just saying, like, you know, good stories, at least good villains, I get it, he's pussy a couple seasons. But at least this season we should have been lead up to be like, no. But, like, you've got, I think, the first episode, or second episode, Beth's, like, walking in his office, he's like, and I'm just like, that's not a villain, it's a pussy. And I just don't get it. Like, I just don't get why that's our villain, why we have episodes spent on doing nothing that has nothing to do with the plot, doing nothing that has anything to do with anything. And so, yeah, as an overall show, Yellowstone's got some good seasons, got some good episodes, especially in this season. There are some good episodes, good ass shit. Love the finale, for example. And, you know, I didn't fully love it, but I liked it enough. And, you know, I'm going to give the whole show 8 out of 10. But as a final season gets a 7 out of 10 for me. And I'm dropping it 3 whole points literally just because of shit like that. Like, we shouldn't have spent a whole episode with, like, Beth going to go gamble with what's-his-face, the guy who makes the show. I hate I'm blanking on his name. Taylor Sheridan, yeah. Thank God I remembered. But I'm just saying, I hate that we spent time on that. And I just feel like you could build other character developments where, like, stuff was needed. Like, you're setting up Teeter for our 460 show. Didn't see that coming. Don't know why she's joining, but hey, I like her. Cool. And, like, you're doing all this setup and all this stuff to continue stories. How about we end the story we got here, bud? How about we do that? And so, yeah, I hate that, you know, as much as I hate to admit it, kind of let me down. And so, yeah, with that, please like and subscribe for more. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.
I know what to do.
You having fun yet?
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.